Hey guys, it's Friday, December 7th, 7:30 a.m. I'm on my way to DFW Airport to hop on a flight to Las Vegas. I got a comp room at the Paris, which is really nice. And I'm going to see my best buddy growing up, Dave. He's out there for a few days, so it should be fun. I didn't get home last night until 1:30. And I've been kind of sick, so I've been taking medicine. So I'm a little groggy, but hopefully by the time I get there, I'll be feeling good, and we'll go win some money playing some poker. Yeah. Last night I won $965 in the cash game in my Wednesday league, playing 1-2 for like, I don't know, 3 hours. It was just so easy last night. I was running good, playing well. Nobody's playing back at me, so it was pretty easy.
Oh my gosh, non-revenue travel. I'm the last one getting a seat on the plane. Unbelievable. So I went to Caesar's Palace to play in a 2-5 game. They didn't have any seats, so I sat down at the 1-2 and had an interesting hand. So I am under the gun +1. I have a stack of 590 limpers. It was a 1-2 game. 6 limpers to the button, who raises to 41. He has 224 before the bet. The under the gun calls. He only has $123, and then I need 39 to win 94, so I make the call. So there's $133 to the flop, and the flop comes 9 of spades, 9 of clubs, king of clubs. So I have a flush draw and a gutter ball straight. It goes check, check to the original raiser, and he bet 72 into 133. So my plan here was, if the other guy folds, I was going to jam. I have a lot of equity, and hopefully I can get him off of a hand that is like an ace-queen or something like that. But the next guy also shoves. He only has 84. So I decided, gosh, I'm probably not beating that guy too. So I decided to make the call and see what happens on the turn. The turn is the 6 of hearts. I check, and the original raiser jams for only $99. So I make the call. The river is the 5 of hearts, and so I'm not going to win. The main, under the gun +1, got won by the main, who had 9-10 of hearts for 3 9s, and the side, the under the gun raiser, the pre-flop raiser, who had ace-king. So the question is, I'm absolutely killing the game. I'm by far the best player there. There's 1 or 2 others that are pretty decent, but I'm just killing it. Nobody's playing back. So the question is, should I risk my money in that spot, or should I have folded and just continued on playing hands where I know I'm going to beat those guys? I debate back and forth. There was 5 by the end of it. I had put in 124. So $124 to win $590 with the equity that I had. Let me know what you guys think. So I left Caesars and I was only up $35. That's okay. So I went over to meet my buddy downtown. He was staying at the Golden Nugget, and we decided we would play some 1-2. He hasn't played much at a real casino, so he wanted to watch for a little bit. So I bought in to a 1-2 game at Golden Nugget, and within the first orbit, I was down $250. So he was not very impressed, I don't think. Anyhow, I got set over set, a set of sixes, ace for a set of aces, or else it would have been a completely different story. Anyhow, so we're just about to leave there, and we say, let's just play 2 more hands. So I picked up aces and won a pot, got back to close to even. So my buddy says, well, why don't you just play into, a few more hands and see if you can do any better. I got aces 3 times in 2 orbits and ended up going away winning over $400. So that was not bad for such a horrible start.
What do you think of Mr. Bill Poker?
He's amazing.
Oh my gosh, it's my last day here, and I didn't wake up until 11 a.m. The bed was so comfortable. There's the poker room. Looks like it's packed.
So playing 2-5 at the Bellagio on Friday, we had just started a brand new table. We'd probably been 1 orbit in, and the under the gun raises to 20. There's a caller. I'm in the hijack with pocket jacks, and I raise to 75. The under the gun shoves. He only has 148. The other guy folds, so I call. Up. Jack, deuce, deuce. So I flopped a full house. He had ace, king, and of course the run out didn't matter. But pretty good start with a very, very nice hand. So it's still relatively early on. I'm doing well. I have 700 in front of me. I don't think I had lost a hand yet. And then I got into this hand. I'm in the big blind with Jack of spades, 10 of diamonds, and I have about 700. There's 4 limpers to me. I raise to 25, and I get 3 callers. So we go to the flop with about 105 in the pot, and the flop is ace of diamonds, 8 of spades, 2 of spades. Small blind checks. I bet 55. It folds all the way back to the small blind, and he makes the call. The turn is the jack of hearts. He checks. He only has 240 back, and there's already more than that in the pot. So I shove and he snap calls. Not good. Not a good situation. The river is the 9 of hearts, I believe, and I turn over my 1 pair jack, and he had jack 8 for the 2 pair. So no bueno for me. I don't know if that was a very good play by me or not. Obviously, I thought I could get him off of something other than an ace, so oh well. Okay, for this next hand, I'm not going to tell you what I have. I want you guys to see if you can think what would Mr. Bill Poker have possibly on this hand. So I want you to pause the video after each street and think about what could I have had. Okay? All right, so I'm in the cutoff, and I have $440. It's a 2-5 game. So there's 2 limpers to me, and I raise to 25. Both limpers call. So there's now 90 in the pot, and the flop comes jack of diamonds, 9 of diamonds, 5 of clubs. I bet 40, and both players call. There's 210 in the pot on the turn of a 7 of diamonds. I check, and it's checked through. The river is the 10 of diamonds. I shove. The other players both fold. What could I have had? It was very interesting. I had the king, queen of diamonds for a straight flush to the king. If somebody had the 8 of diamonds, they would have had a straight flush also. The one guy folded, and he said he had a good diamond, but it couldn't have been that good. If he had the ace, then he made a great fold with the 8 being there. But other than that, 8 was the next highest. So I think he might have been telling a little fib. Okay, I give you this next hand as an example on what to do if you have a pretty good read on some players. So the under the gun player makes a raise to 20. There's a middle position player that calls. I'm in the small blind with ace of spades, jack of diamonds, and I make the call. The flop comes ace of hearts, 3 of clubs, 4 of clubs. I check. The under the gun bets 40. The middle position hems and haws and thinks and then makes the call. It's back to me, and I check raise to 160. The under the gun player folds immediately, and the middle position player thinks for a while and finally folds. So I knew that the under the gun player was a pretty tight player. They would have had to have a very, very strong hand to continue. I may have gotten him off of an ace-queen, an ace-jack, an ace-10, ace-king, possibly. The middle position player was not a good player. He very much was a calling station, so he could have very well called with middle pair or even a 3 or a 4 on the original bet. Since I had an ace, I knew I was ahead of him. I was trying to get out the under the gun raiser, and it worked out great. Okay, I think this is going to be the last one. I'm under the gun with king of clubs, 9 of clubs, and I have $940. I raise to 20. The under the gun plus 1 calls, and the button calls. The flop comes 7 of clubs, 8 of clubs, queen of diamonds. I bet 45. The under the gun plus 1 calls, and the button folds. The turn is a pretty good card. It's the 10 of hearts, giving me a double gutter and still the flush draw. So I bet 65. The other player looks like he's going to reach for chips, but decides on a call. The river is a beautiful ace of clubs. I bet 110. The other guy sighs, says, what a horrible card, but he makes the call anyways. Flash and take down the pot. He slow played pocket kings into a loser. Don't do this at home, guys. That is not a good way to play pocket kings. I told him it would have been interesting on the turn when I bet the 65 if he had come over the top with a really large bet, what I would have done. I'm not so sure. But I did have a double gutter and a flush draw, so I probably would have made the call anyways. Well, who knows? Let me take that one. That's going to be the tip. There you go.
You got to take it. I mean, you're not supposed to take it.
What's that?
You can't take the picture.
Why can't I take a picture?
There's no photography in the case. 21.
Bellagio wouldn't let me take any video of actually cashing out the chips. I cashed out for $1,275. I was in the game for $500, so I won $775 here. So I hope you guys are enjoying the Mr. Bill poker vlog. I have to say I'm having a great time making these. It helps me think about the game. I enjoy, poker is kind of a passion, so I enjoy doing this as anyways, but it makes me think about the hands, and I really want to have other players think about what I do and maybe help them with their game or help me with my game if you got great comments. Anyhow, like, share, comment, subscribe. I would love to have some comments on what you think I did right or wrong, and I will get back to every single comment, I promise. All right, thanks guys. See you next time.
Mr. Bill Poker, gotta love it.